Yeah, what's up, y'all? Top of the morning. Welcome to the one and only Top of the Morning with Keep Good News. There's not another place you want to be any Wednesday except right here. It's Big Wednesday. That means that today is another opportunity, another chance to take over the world, right? Y'all used to watch Pinky in the Brain. I used to watch Pinky in the Brain. I used to love the fact that every day the idea was to take over the world every single day. And you would think now as an adult, like, oh man, taking over the world, that's probably heavy. Well, yes, it is. A heavy task. And I think that's why I enjoyed it the most. We're going to take over the world. What an amazing feat. I got a question for y'all out there. Do y'all feel y'all have the capacity to take over the world? Oh, okay, let's not start there. Maybe that's too much for y'all. Y'all feel like y'all have the capacity to take over your life? You have the capacity to take over your life. That means ultimately living a life that you desire to live. That means not living a life that you think you can have, but living a life that you desire. Desires are very interesting. Desires are so interesting because what we want changes all the time based on our circumstance. This is very true. And don't argue with me and say otherwise, because we're just going to we're not going to get in an argument. The fact that what you wanted when you were a kid is no longer what you want as an adult is fact. Was proven the fact that what I'm talking about is true. Most people change what they want to what they think they can have. They change their desires based on their circumstance. They say, hey, I wanted this kind of car, this kind of career, this kind of lifestyle when I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, 12 years old, even a teenager. Now that you're a full adult, you feel like, man, I have to change my desires because I don't feel like I'm going to get what I originally wanted. Now, why is that? Why can't you get what you originally set out to get? Tell me why. Tell yourself why. What's the true reason? It's hard to face the fact that it's your fault. It's hard to face the reality that the reason why you don't have what you want is because of you. It's hard to accept the truth of the matter is you're not where you want to be all because of you. It's not because of no circumstances. It's not because of a lack of opportunities. It's not because of you grew up this way. It's not because of any of that. So many people have had less than what you have been in worse situations than you are in, and have made it a reality for themselves. It's a lot of people who've been in situations that you will never be in, who's made it out. So don't use your situation, your circumstance as a reason, as the justification for you not becoming what it is you want to become. Are you not doing what you want to do, living how you want to live? It comes down to the decisions you make every single day. The decisions you make every single day. And most of the time, you make the decision not to be the best version of yourself. I mean, I do it all the time. Sometimes I sit there in the office and I'm like, today, I did not do as well as I should have done. I did not work as hard as I should have worked. I did not get enough done that I should have got done. It's a lot of projects I could have got done. I wasted a lot of time. I'm guilty of it. And I'm trying to figure out how to get through this point and stage. You know what's interesting when things are going well? You figure out, well, let me ask this question because this is the topic of today. We all figure out kind of what to do when things are going wrong. When things are going wrong, we say, okay, cool, I need to fix this. I need to change this. I need to do all these things. But the question I have for you is, what do you do when things are going exceptionally well? What do you do when things are going right? What do you do when things are on the up and up? How do you treat yourself? What's the mentality of space you're in? And I've learned, I'm going to tell you this right now, I've learned through trial, error, experience, when things are going well, don't get too happy about things going well. When things are going bad, don't get too sad about when things are going bad. The best thing you can do is stay as close to even kill as you can. I had one of my dad's best friends. I'll never forget him. I called him Uncle Nate, and his favorite word was poise. And no matter, it's just what he taught me. He said, always keep your poise. He said, even when things are going well, boy, you keep your poise. When things are going bad, you keep your poise. He said, your poise is your power. Keep your poise. That means stay in control of your emotional state. That means staying in control of your actions. That means not allowing a circumstance, not allowing the situation to control what you do next. Hell, if you think you got a good plan, you continue with that plan. But most importantly, just keep your poise. Keep your poise. Keep yourself in the area of emotional states that you know you are most productive in. Now, the question is, let's say you're a motivated person. Things start going well. How do you stay motivated when things are going well? Right? It's easy to motivate yourself, right? When things are going bad and you have to remotivate yourself. Like, okay, I'm not motivated. Let me motivate myself. See, I think that a lot of successful people, or maybe unsuccessful people, talk about the bad times. But what about the really good times and how to deal with that? Because I said it before. You listen, the pressure weighs just the same. The weight of pressure weighs the same whether things are going really well or really bad. It weighs exactly the same. Most people think if they become successful, they will feel lighter. Things will get easier. And I'm gonna tell you that I've reached levels of success and I've reached a lot of levels of failure, and it feels almost identical as far as the weight. Now, however, there's a different, I guess, response on each side of the field here, because having money, not having money is two different things, right? It creates two different actions, but the way you feel, the weight of it, is really the same. No, I said the person with no money is trying to figure out how to get money. The person with a lot of money is trying to figure out how to keep their money. So the question is, what do you do when things are going well? Now, some people take their foot off the gas. Things are going well, I'm going to relax. I'm going to take my foot off the gas. That is a kryptonite to growth. My mentor used to say, Keith, you know what ruins big success? Little success. Little success will ruin major success. You understand what I'm saying? Big success can be taken away from you by the enjoyment of little success. And it's very true, because we get so afraid of losing the little success we have that we won't risk it for the big success later. For instance, if you come across $1 million right now, some people may say, hey, I'm going to keep that million. Or some people are going to say, I'm going to invest that million. I'm going to risk that million. I'm going to put that million into something else. They're going to risk it to get a bigger success. Some people won't risk it at all. They say, hey, I got $1 million. I'm a millionaire. I'm done. Little success will ruin big success. And that's very true. So that's why it's important to figure out what it is that you are actually after, so that way you can recognize when little success is upon you, it doesn't phase you, and you're able to keep your poise even when little success happens. I read this book called Outwitting the Devil. He talks about carrots, dangling carrots to lure you away from your dream. The devil will use little success to lure you away from big success. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't get it. You say you want $1 million, so the devil offer you a $500,000 opportunity. You go take it. And then you stop your quest for the million. The devil's only job is to make sure you don't get what God has for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? The devil's only job is to make sure that you don't get what God has for you. So do not be distracted by the little carrots that's on the way to your dream. Do not be distracted by all the little, things that can lure you away from your path. Man says he wants to be a billionaire, but then it goes, works for $250,000 a year, expecting to be a billionaire. Now, a quarter million is a lot of money, right? But not in comparison to a billion. My point that I'm making is, whatever your goal is, even if it's a quarter, even if it's 250,000, that means that you don't sign up for 75,000. You don't sign up for 80,000. That's not your goal. That's the devil's work. It's trying to distract you from what God has for you. Your vision, what you want, what you desire, is the vision that God gave to you, right? That's why you have it. So don't allow the devil to take that away from you or distract you from the vision that God has put into your mind. And a lot of us do that often. We allow the devil to put circumstances in front of us to make it appear. And here's a crazy part about life in itself. None of this stuff is real. You know how I know that none of this stuff is real here? Because when we die, none of it goes with us. This whole life, to me, now understanding, it is a simulation. It's a video game. It's like, think about it. We can't even leave the planet Earth. We can't even leave the world. We would die, right? We don't have the oxygen. We don't have it's like when you play a video game, you can only go so far. Right? And then you hit a wall and then you just run into the wall and you can't go any further, right? There's a point in this life where we can't go any further. So therefore, you can do whatever is allowed for you to do in this video game. You can go as far as you want, get as much as you want. Y'all play GTA or remember The Sims, either one? In Grand Theft Auto, which I really appreciate the idea of the game, is one of the first, to me, it's one of the most groundbreaking games for free world play of all time, making you feel like you're actually in a world, in a society that's separate of yourself. To me, it was the precursor to the metaverse. But nevertheless, in Grand Theft Auto, you can make as much money as you want to make. You can live where you want to live. You can drive what you want to drive. You can choose whatever life you want to choose. You can choose the life of the righteous. You can choose the life of, the evil. You can kill people. You can save people. You have the choice to live the kind of life you want to live. And the crazy thing about it is that even not realizing that video game, if you put enough hours in that game, you do enough missions, you do the right missions, you meet the right people, you make enough money to live a simulated life of what you want. But you can actually do that in real life too. Meet the people, make the connections, do the missions. You got to get on your mission. The fact of the matter is, most people are not on their mission. Yeah, it feels good to make $3,000, but that's not your goal. It shouldn't feel that good. That's why it's important to keep your poise, because that $3,000, you say, hey, I want to make $10,000 this month. I want to make $20,000 this month. You make $5,000 because you never made $5,000 before. You're excited. Keep your poise. My uncle taught me. Don't get too excited. And then if you don't hit your goal, don't be too sad. Most importantly, just keep your poise. Things go well, things don't go so well. How do you act either way? No matter what side of it on your own, that you're on, how do you act when things go well and things don't go so well? Most people can handle it when things go too well. That's why self-sabotage exists. I'm not making something up. Y'all tell me if I am, but self-sabotage exists. People will sabotage themselves because they're afraid of them actually achieving their goal. Because when you actually achieve your goal, now you got to deal with the result of achieving it. You got to deal with the weight of being successful. That's why I always felt like a lot of people try to convince people not to make a lot of money. Literally, especially in the Black community, for those who are listening, y'all can probably agree with me. We were taught that like a lot of money is evil. A lot of money is bad. And I'm sure it comes from, probably historically, because all the slave owners had all the money. And then, it could be a lot of reasons. But nevertheless, we were taught many ways and many different, I guess, examples and many different what's the word I'm looking for when you determine how whatever. Anyways, we were taught many different ways that money was evil, bad. Don't get too much money. I've even had conversations with people. They'll say, "Well, I just want enough just to do this," and it's not because they don't desire amount of money. It's because they've learned that if you get too much money, you become a bad person. I don't. What? And don't get me wrong. There are people with money who are, don't have the right intentions. But a whole lot of people who don't get televised. We take a small, percentage of millionaires and billionaires, and we display them socially on the news, on social media, and we say, look at all these people, all this money controlling the world and doing all these bad things. Man, listen, you go drive up to Palos Verdes, go drive to Beverly Hills. All them people got money. All them people ain't bad people. Yes, it's always going to be, there's broke people who's evil. There's broke people. There's more poor people committing more crimes than there is rich people. Who do you think commit more murders? Come on, man. Like what are we talking about? So I'm not saying there's not evil on both sides. I'm saying you choose. It's like Grand Theft Auto. You choose how you want to do it. You want to be the good person or the bad person. It's up to you. The money don't make the difference. But I am here to tell you today on Big Wednesday, if you're just now tuning in, to make sure whatever the goal that you set out for, you continue to go get it. There are very, very, very tough times. Trust me. I know. I'm dealing with them. I go through them. There are phases. There are positives. There are negatives. There are ups. There are downs. There are lefts. There are rights. But I think the important thing is when you keep your poise, you make sure that you stay in the pocket for when the opportunity comes. See, here's the thing about not staying in your pocket, even during the bad times or the good times. See, sometimes when things happening so good, you stop looking for opportunities. Say, hey, things are going well. I don't need to meet anybody else. I don't need any more opportunities. Jeff Bezos is still meeting with people. Elon Musk just bought Twitter. They're still trying to grow. It's this aspect of progress that keeps people happy. I've said it before. The common denominator to happiness is progress. When you're declining, there is no, I'm serious. You could be losing money and growing on another end. You could be growing, physically, with your workouts. You could be growing emotionally because now you're part of a spiritual group or something like that. You could be growing socially, because now you've met some new people who put new ideas in your mind, and your money could be declining, but you feel great because you're still progressing in an area of your life. You can have no friends, but be raising your income. You're going to feel better. As long as you're progressing in some manner, you're going to feel a sense of happiness. Common denominator is progress. So no matter where you are, no matter what stage you're at, whether it's, on the good side of things or the bad side of things, focus on progress. How are you progressing? Now, here's the thing. It's very easy to stay in that same circle and rotate around the same circle, right? Most of us make about the same amount of money every month. Most of us make about, right? We all do about the same things. We kind of go in the same rotating hamster wheel. We're all in this hamster wheel of life. We do the same thing with the same people, have the same conversations. And we think that we're about to grow and get new. Come on. You don't talk to nobody new every day? Listen, every day, seriously, I said this yesterday to one of my homeboys. I'm trying to talk to somebody new almost every day. I need to meet somebody, need to know me, know about what I'm doing. And that's it. To me, is progress. If I can introduce somebody to what I'm doing every single day, a new person, I know that I'm progressing and growing. And every day I'm putting my idea on somebody. And you know what that does for you? That puts you in a room that you're not in. I met with someone yesterday, which I thought was fantastic. She's a very important person, VIP, should I say, in the world of finance. She has a lot of strings she can pull. My first time meeting her, she already heard about me. She said, "Oh, you're Keith. Oh, okay, I've heard about you." I said, "Have you?" "Yes." "Wow. I've already been edified. I just met this person for the first time, but because I meet people all the time, I'm in rooms. My name is in rooms when I'm not there. Y'all don't understand the power in meeting new people. Y'all want to talk to the same freaking people every day. You don't want to meet nobody new. You're not meeting nobody new. You're not creating no new opportunities. People create opportunities for other people. So you got to get out there. You got to be in new environments. Stop going to the same place. Stop going to the same place with the same people. Or you have to bring new people into your life. You have to. And be wise about who you choose. Listen, I no longer accidentally come across friends. I'm intentional about my friendships now. If I meet somebody that's important, I tell them, you're going to be my friend. One, because I know I'm a good friend and I know I have a lot to offer. So it's easy for me to tell somebody, we're going to be friends. It's easy. And most of the time they'll respond and say, "Oh, yeah, we are." Because we understand the mutual benefit of friendship now. You have something that you can offer me. You can put me in places and offer me opportunities. I can put you in places and offer you opportunities. I have something valuable to give you. The reason why people don't make new friends because they feel like they have no value to give. You have no value to give nobody. That's why why would you want to make new friends? Well, why would somebody want to be friends with you if you have nothing to offer them? Raise your value. Make new friends, make new connections, network, socialize. You have to get out of your own way. We go to the same places, talk to the same people. Look at your phone book. Look at your phone book. Who's the last? Who are you texting? Who are you on the phone with? Who you run ideas by? All that's super important. Y'all can agree or disagree. It doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, you got to get out your own way. You got to meet new people. You got to get new perspective. And you have to put your name. Your name has to be in places that you're not at. People have to talk about you when you're not there. But the only way that can happen is to meet new people. You got to meet new people in order for that to happen. Wouldn't it be great if somebody else sold you when you wasn't even there and they called you and said, "Hey, I got a $1 million opportunity for you. I talked to such and such. I told them about you and they interested." And so that's why you got to go out. That's why it's important. I'm going to a conference in Vegas in August. Never been before. I've been told I should go. And many people and I could definitely be like, "Oh, okay, sounds great. I'm going to go." But I said, you know what? No. Like, I'm going to be intentional about going because I'm going to make sure that I meet people and my name is in rooms when I'm not there. You got to get people talking about you, your product, your service, your business, whatever you offer, if you know that you are valuable. You got to get in front of people. You got to be intentional. Everybody wants to kind of I don't know. Everybody wants to be discovered. Right? Everybody kind of wants to be discovered. Like, somebody's going to discover me and they're going to put me on. That's not going to happen. Nobody's going to come discover you. You have to put yourself in position so that way you can be discovered. Most people are in their little shell doing the same thing with the same people, expecting that one person going to come and blow them up. That's not how it works in society. You got to blow yourself up. Once you blow yourself up, then nobody has to come discover you. You now can you can set the deal that you want to set. Because now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are now want to provide you with opportunity. You can choose the one you want. But nobody's going to come and pick you up out of the crowd especially in Los Angeles, people. Everybody's selling. Everybody's everything, man. You gotta separate yourself from the crowd. And that's something I feel that people do not know how to do. They won't do it. They want to stay in their bubble. They don't want to talk to new people. They don't want to network. They don't want to find new ways to communicate. They don't want to change the way they dress. They don't want to change their actions. They don't want to change the way they talk. They don't want to change nothing, but they want everything to change for them. Blows my mind. People want everything else to change except themselves. You don't want to change for change to happen. You want everything else to change and you want to stay the same. Blows my mind. You cannot stay the same. You have to change your attitude. You have to change who you're talking to. You got to change your environment. You got to get new friends. You got to meet new people. You got to go to new places. You got to change the structure of your day. You have to change the way you dress. You have to change if you want things to change, because nobody else is going to change for you. You have to change for yourself to make sure that things are being changed. You want new opportunities? Create them. You want a new chance? Go get it. You want a better life? Go make it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been Real Big Wednesday. Until next time, I'm out.